Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome to my channel. In today's video I am talking about 5 new sunscreens that I've tried. I'm talking about my experience, ingredients, absorption, and what else. I'm really talking about everything that you should know before purchasing any of these. So there's 2 actual sunscreen, there's 1 sunscreen stick and 2 tinted sunscreen. So there's a mix of everything. So if you're interested then please continue watching. I think I'm going to start with the most expensive sunscreen of the 4. This is from DU. This is their unkissed sunscreen and this has SPF 50 PA 4+. So I'm on the brand's website right now. By the way, if my hair is all over the place, that's because I'm filming with a nice handy dandy portable fan. I really hope you guys are not able to hear it because yeah, it's a mess. It's a hot mess right now in here in my filming room. Every time I think okay, it's not too bad, the weather is fine today, I sit in front of these 3 big hot lights and I'm all sweaty. So yeah, my hair is gonna be all messy and blowing everywhere, so please ignore that. So it says meet unkissed, a never seen before serum based blue sunscreen that blends into the skin within seconds and leaves zero white cast, made with a patented capsule technology. Capsules containing new age sunscreen filters with SPF 50 and PA 4+ protection are suspended in a nourishing serum base powered with 14 plant extracts. Its texture so hydrating and cooling you wouldn't believe it's a sunscreen. If you're someone who's always disliked wearing sunscreen, this blue armor of protection is for you. Okay, what else? So I'll leave the picture of the ingredients which contribute the SPF filter part of the sunscreen up here while I talk about my experience with this sunscreen. So okay, first things first, you do not need a lot of this sunscreen, and I learned it the hard way. The first time around I was trying to use it, I squeezed out like 2 finger worth of sunscreen, and I think that was a little much with this, and I did experience some discomfort around my eyes. Not immediately though, like I did not feel like my eye was watering or anything, but after 2 to 3 hours of wear I think my eyes started to feel sensitive, and also the smell of it reminds me of Neutrogena sunscreen, the blue one, and even the physical one, the yellow one, which I personally don't like. Like I can smell the sunscreen for up to 1 to 2 hours, and like I said, the first time around I applied way too much. Actually not way too much, like that's the gold standard, right, when it comes to sunscreen application, but I think it was too much with this sunscreen. I really don't think you need a lot of this, and that's why my eye was sensitive and all. And then the next time I used it, I did half a pump, well actually 1 small pump on one side of my face, another small pump on the other side of my face, and I think that way I was really able to nail the quantity with this sunscreen, because trust me, the quantity is important, because when you start to rub this into your skin, the small tiny capsules of course burst into your skin, and it really looks like you have done like 10 layers of hydrating toner, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't look moisturized, but it looks very hydrating, very plump. Your skin looks very plump. Now if you have oily skin, I really don't know if you're gonna enjoy this or not, because sometimes even on me I'm like, okay, after this I have to do my makeup and I don't know how this is gonna look if I put on a dewy foundation. So you know, I have to cater my I meant my makeup products accordingly, because this in itself gives the most hydrated base. So I don't think you need any dewy stroke cream or anything makeup wise, at least. So that is a pro and a con. I personally would give it 8 stars, 8 points, because my eyes still sometimes get sensitive after 2 to 3 hours. I don't know what it is, and I don't like the smell, so that's why I am deducting those points. But otherwise I think it's a cool sunscreen. You know, it's blue, it's capsulated, it really just hydrates your skin. If you have dry skin, I think you might like it. Is it worth 2,200 though? I'm not sure about that, I'll let you decide. But next up I have the Gush Beauty UVU Later sunscreen. Let's read the claims on the website. It says it's a multi-effect hybrid broad spectrum sunscreen serum that contains skincare plus sun care. It's packed with antioxidants and skin loving ingredients to protect skin from sun damage, free radicals, and premature signs of aging, for glowing, healthy, happy skin all year round. And it says it's going to give you natural finish, it's dermatologically tested and easy blend formula. Again, I'll leave the ingredients list right over here from the website directly. Okay, let's talk about this, because firstly the packaging, right, it's super cute, really handy, like small tiny palm size packaging. I actually really like it. The second thing is I love this. Now this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is not too dewy to the point where I have to limit myself with my makeup choices, but at the same time it just works perfect for my dry skin. And once it's absorbed into the skin, I'm really left with nice moisturized skin. So I get what they're saying about sunscreen and moisturizer, because this does feel like a combination of the two. Doesn't really feel like a sunscreen whatsoever, which is why I've been reaching out to this one more than the dew one. And one biggest advantage this has is that I can actually do two-finger rule, because I just feel most protected when I'm doing the two-finger rule, whereas with the dew one I have to be careful with the quantity and everything. And the second biggest advantage this has is that this absorbs really quickly, versus the dew one takes like a few seconds to around a minute or two to absorb, the dew one. This one, however, just absorbs in like a few seconds. So when I'm actually in a rush in the morning, I don't have to think about or wait for it to absorb. It just blends nicely, give it a few seconds, and I'm done. I can move on to the next step. I would give it 9 points for sure. 1 point, I don't know, maybe for any room of improvement if there is, but I actually really like it, and I see myself repurchasing this as well. This one retails for $9.90. However, I know that nowadays they're doing this bundle offer where you can get this one as well as their sun stick. I'll talk about that in a second, for $9.99 I believe. So that's quite a good offer. But yeah, this one gets 9 out of 10. Now the sunscreen stick, I don't have it with me right now. It's in my bag, but I'm still gonna talk about it and show you guys the swatch and everything. The sunscreen stick retails for 595 rupees, and it has SPF 60 PA4+, UVA, UVB. Let me read the claims again from the website. It says, this invisible swipe and go SPF 60 clear sunscreen stick is water and sweat resistant and conveniently pores friendly for easy reapplication. It's also supercharged with peptides. Okay, I didn't know that. Hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and UV filters, keeping your skin happy and healthy. Again, I'll have the ingredients list up here on the side while I talk about the product now. Firstly, the biggest and the coolest thing about the sunscreen stick is the fact that you get the little keychain outer thingy, which is very convenient. I will give them that. You can just hang it in your bag and you're good to go. You're never forgetting your sunscreen stick, so that's really good. And the packaging is beautiful. Okay, I love the whole texture happening on the keychain itself. I love it. Application wise, I have just a tiny concern, and that is probably happening because the stick is a little bit curved, and when you're actually applying it, it starts to I don't know, break in small tiny parts sometimes. That is, not always, but I'm guessing that's because it's like this, and once it becomes all leveled up, I don't think there should be any breakage. So that's the only minor inconvenience I faced with the sunscreen stick, but otherwise I think it goes on very smoothly. You know, it's very minimal makeup transfer happens on the stick, which is great. And yeah, I have really nothing bad to talk about. It has a very natural finish as well. Like, some sticks can look greasy, oily mess. This one does not look like that. It actually looks quite natural, given the fact that you are reapplying in the same area 4 or 5 times. It still looks pretty natural, so I really like it, and I would give it 4 stars. Again, deducting 1 point because of that minor breakage that was happening, but yeah, it's pretty good. The next sunscreen I tried is from Astaberry Indulge. This is their tinted matte sunscreen SPF 50 PA+++, and this came in, I think, 2-3 different shades. Actually, I have the website open. Let me check if on the website, at least I think I picked this up from Nykaa. Okay, not 3 shades, it comes in 2 shades, light shade and medium. I of course picked up the shade medium, and this was my first time trying out anything from this brand. I don't think I've tried any skincare even from this brand. Let's read the claims from the brand now. It says, with SPF 50 PA+++, the Astaberry Tinted Matte Sunscreen provides broad spectrum protection from the sun. It protects the skin from harmful UVA rays that cause early aging, UVB rays that cause sunburning, and blue light from the devices and screens that damage the skin barrier and speed up aging. This sunscreen has hyaluronic acid and vitamin E that protects the skin from sun damage, locks in moisture, and keeps the skin hydrated for 24 hours. Okay, this is strange because on the website under ingredients list, they don't have the whole list of the UV filters and everything. It just says hyaluronic acid, suncat D, vitamin E. That's pretty much it, but we do get a list of the ingredients here. But this one again is quite nice. The only problem again with this is that I see that it kind of like settles into my hairline, which happens with a lot, actually 99% of tinted sunscreen. So I'm not really being super critical about it. It's just something that happens and you have to be careful about it. But otherwise I think this is a pretty good tinted sunscreen. It does not look whitish in the name of tint, you know, which can happen with a lot of tinted sunscreen. So that's something I like. But the matte aspect of the sunscreen is what I was worried about, because I have dry skin and I wasn't sure if this would work out. But it works out just fine if I have done my fair share of skincare with nice moisturizing ingredient. It does not dry out my skin whatsoever. But I do think that this would work really well if you have like normal to oily skin. Especially dry skin people can still use it if you, again, like I said, really prep your skin with good skincare. Shouldn't be a problem. And you can actually skip your BB CC creams after using this. It does give like a nice filtered look. Does not really cover anything, of course, but still, during summers, if you're trying to skip out on your base products, you can totally go for that. But I think I would give it 4 stars, deducting 1 point, because again, it kind of like settles into my hairline. And lastly, we have the Faces Canada tinted sunscreen. This one is SPF 40 PA+++, 1% hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. Now I have to be honest, this really does not feel like sunscreen because just does not. Like, firstly, the nozzle is so tiny that even when I'm doing 2-finger rule, I really don't think I'm using enough product, because you have like this thin line of sunscreen coming out. So I think with this you'll have to do 4-finger rule or maybe more, I'm not sure. That's so strange. I cannot find this sunscreen on the website. I ordered from Nykaa, so I'm just gonna go to Nykaa and see. This retails for 599 rupees. Oh my god, the description is huge, you guys, so I'm not going to read the whole description. But the features, it says it has innovative formula which contains 1% hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. Ingredients, it says the tinted sunscreen contains olive squalane, which brings the power of hydration and antioxidants to the table, aloe vera extract for hydration, and allantoin for protection against hyperpigmentation. Skin type, suitable for all skin types. Okay, all right, again, the ingredients, I will list it up on the screen right now. This one comes out in this moussey consistency, which I was immediately like, no, this is not going to work for me, because anything I've tried in the past which has a moussey consistency has never worked for me. So I was pretty much sure this would not, but it does. Like, it blends very easily, very seamlessly into the skin. There's barely any problem. It doesn't cling on to any patches or makes your skin look dry and crusty, which is nice. I like it. But like I said, like, I just don't think of it like it's protecting my skin. I don't know why, I'm really not sure. But application wise, I think I would give it 3.5 points, because again, the nozzle is so tiny, and this also settles into my hairline, which again, like I said, happens with so many tinted sunscreens that I'm not even critical about it. But yeah, that finishes this video. Number 1 has to be the UV later sunscreen, number 2 would be the dew one, and number 3 would be the sunscreen stick. And in tinted one, of course, this one wins the game, and then this is on the last. I really hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. You can click on the bell notification right next to it. You can follow me on Instagram right over here, and I will see you in my next video. By the way, my fan has also given up. There's barely anything happening now, nothing. So I think it's time, it's my cue to close this and move on.